there's still some chunks missing for me.
Okay, now you guys can hear me. Sorry about that. I just noticed that my mic settings were not specifically what I wanted, and I'm hoping that
Okay.
I'm hoping that I didn't have a similar glitch last week because that would freaking suck. I will now have
Yeah,
to.
that would. I'm
I'll,
just glad I figured out what was going on with my microphone and the fact that for some reason some applications were just not detecting my input or
yeah.
output audio sources.
So while you're doing what you're doing, I'm gonna go ahead and do something.
Yeah.
So to those on the YouTube side of things, and also somewhat Twitch, I guess. I was a moron at one point, and I guess just forgot to get the footage from the previous Antimatter stream downloaded. I don't know how this happened. I'm usually so much better with this. I think it might have just slipped my mind or something, because oftentimes, whenever after I finish a stream, my only thought is go rest because it takes a lot of mental energy out of me. But yeah,
Fair.
so the only real thing that you guys missed regarding my video footage would be Minnie explaining a couple of his work off screen, as well as us murdering a couple pharaohs.
To
Or
be fair,
eight.
I guess I have a bit more to explain now.
Oh
This is a
boy.
fun thing. Yeah. The one thing is, my audience and your audience can already see one of the things, and that's what I remembered about him. It's like, I don't know if I actually did more than. Oh yeah, I did do more than that. And that's like, okay, we'll get to that in a moment.
Your
Let's
helmet's
start
like
with over here.
your
We'll
helmet.
start with we'll start with the earliest thing I did.
Minnie, why is your helmet green
Okay.
in some spots?
That's because of something that I was asked to do in between streams
Oh
that we'll all be
right.
explaining soon enough. But for now, also don't turn around just yet. I mean that in a sense of don't turn around
All
until
right,
I'm done explaining
all
this.
right. I'm totally not going to F5 right
Actually, you're
now.
gonna see it when I'm explaining it anyway, so that's fine.
I totally will
Either way,
go into F5 and see everything.
don't pay attention to this thing or these drawers right here. I'll get to that in a moment.
Sand.
This is basically my pizza making system. It's what we use for power. So basically, if you follow me, first thing you may notice, Brandon will notice a difference. His audience will notice a difference as well because they didn't see this many.
You added a
I
lot
added
more.
more Yeah, I added a lot more because I wanted to be sure we weren't going to run out of power.
Well, I don't think we're going to.
And I figured we might as well just limit ourselves at this many culinary generators for the time being, because it's like we won't really need more for a good while.
I just
And by
really.
the time we will need, by the time I feel like by the time we will need more power for something, we'll be able to upgrade to a higher power source as well. So
We'll upgrade
it's
to
a
a
good
higher
starter
power.
power source. Yeah, it's a good starter power source. So I feel like we're fine with this. Either way, first things first. What we have right here is what I like to call the wall of pizza power.
Pizza power.
Yes, it's basically a bunch of culinary generators that are turning pineapple pizza into energy because it was the best and easiest way to automate power. You can see the wheat farms with each of these little plant interactors, because I figured out the plant interactors actually give you basically allow you an infinite source of wheat without actually using up the wheat and other stuff like that. So we got a bunch of these plant interactors pulling out wheat and pulling it into here, which is making the pizza and putting that in here and then transforming the pizza over there. So yeah.
I would never be able to
And
figure out this stuff ever.
yeah, there's also sewage being generated, which was originally going in here, and that was as of last stream, the stream that Brandon's YouTube audience isn't able to see because of the incident. But that's fine. That's fine. We're moving past that. And since I've just moved on to the sewage part, the sewage is now being redirected to this machine,
That's the first time we've
which is called
lost
the
footage due
sludge
to error.
sorry, not sewage, sludge. My bad. It's called the sludge refiner, and it basically takes sludge and turns it into one of 9 different things, and basically all those outputs are being pumped into this thing. So now we got an infinite source of gravel,
Sand
podzol,
and dirt and
mycelium, clay, dirt, sand, red sand, soul sand, all that stuff.
We can
And it's
create
being pumped into
infinite. We
these
can create.
drawers.
I just thought of something. We technically could
What?
fight the Wither in this server.
Technically, yes, but we'll get to that eventually. I think that's actually something involving a quest of some sorts somewhere. If I could find it. Yeah, there's actually a quest right here. Obtain a Nether Star. That's in chapter 6.
Oh
So
boy.
we're still bits away from it. We're in chapter 4 at the moment.
We're not super far, but we are definitely going. We are definitely
Yeah.
far.
Also, for Brandon's YouTube audience, this setup right here basically just makes us plastic from industrial foregoing. So we have all the plastic we
I
could
remember
ever
we would
need.
just play with this mill for a bit.
Yeah, this is something we set up last stream,
Well, you set up.
which
I
is the
had no idea what I was
resonator,
doing.
so I can make stuff with it, as well as the manual mill, so we can get GP, aka grid power. This is a spinning wheel, so I can get like string. Yeah,
Did you
string.
expand the smelter?
I will, as I said, we'll get to that. I also have this reinforced large drum I got from a quest. I have it hooked up to the infinite water source over there that's behind the latex processing unit. So we now have access to the infinite water source without going outside, as well as
Just
an
what?
extra
My dream, not going
4.5 million
outside.
buckets of water, so nothing too big.
My dream, not going outside.
Oh yeah, I also left this bookshelf here because it's easier than moving it elsewhere. We'll
Knowledge.
move on to that. So, something I was asked to do in between this stream and the last stream, get the mending moss, and I did. It took me a lot of mining. I did mostly nether quartz mining, specifically,
I don't know how to use
because
this stuff.
XP. Basically, you right-click this armor forge. I'm going to take the manolin out real quick, so in my mining sense, I got a lot of manolin as well. And then you basically put it in and that's just to apply it to the armor specifically. To apply the tool, you need the tool forge. You right click to the tool forge, by the way.
I just noticed.
Either way. And then you just put the armor in first, and then you
I
put
left
in the
my arm.
mending moss, and then you can apply it up there. And all this basically does is it allows the durability to regen over time. For those that don't know, it's basically just mending.
Is that better?
But better, apparently. Also, for the record, I figured out how this works in between streams. If you may notice, whenever you put in an armor and a mending, you'll notice. I wanted to show my audience as well, so could you not take it out immediately?
What?
You notice on the right hand side, there's stored XP. Now,
yeah,
the way the mending moss works is it stores all XP you get equally among all of your tools and armor and whatnot that you're holding or whatever, or wearing or whatever.
okay.
And it basically puts that in that little thing. And if you notice with, I think this, no, not that. I don't use my boots. I think with this, no, I'd have to use a different thing. Hang on. I'll use my helmet as an example. If you look in the armor forge, you can see my helmet has 30 stored XP. That's what it uses to mend your armor. If it has no stored XP, it will not mend your armor. And tools and whatever. So you got to make sure you have plenty of stored XP. My long sword currently has 7 stored XP, and since I used my pickaxe a lot, I have 98 stored levels there. Did I do anything else? Hang on. Oh yeah, I added luck to my obsidian pickaxe, which basically just means it's got fortune 3 now.
How'd you do that?
I added lapis. Hang on, I'll let you do that first. Then I'll show you what I did to my sword. You may have noticed a difference already. I added nether quartz onto my sword to make it sharper, so it does more damage.
That's actually
And
kind of
then
cool. This might be one of my favorite. This might be one of my favorite.
I don't know
mods.
if I did this in between the last 2 streams or the 2 streams before that, but I made my hammer unbreakable.
Cool.
Because I had leveled it up so much that it was. That's the wrong force. I leveled it up
for a
so
second.
much.
I heard an intruder.
Oh, okay.
Where'd they go?
Oh, you heard the pigman?
Yeah.
Did it fall?
I don't know.
Oh, I hear it too. Hang on. Well, I don't actually hear it, but the subtitles say it's there. Hang on. I mean, you see the subtitles point where it's direction.
I fell somewhere.
I guess it did fall somewhere.
Whee!
I don't know where, but somewhere.
Where'd it go?
Is that pigman? I hear the pigman, but I don't see the pigman.
It couldn't get into the base, could it?
No, it's not possible. Oh, I found it. You can see I basically did all except for 0.3% of this pigman's health with my lawn sword. It's because I upgraded it.
I ate it.
Okay.
Away!
And then if I do... Whee!
Don't they know that this is a
Okay.
no pigman area?
Yeah. I guess we'll have to find out the hard way. Either way, for Brandon's YouTube audience, this is what's generating our grid power. Each of these are generating 16 grid power for a total of 6. If I were to put more than this down to the water mills, it would start getting an efficiency loss.
I couldn't find you for a second. I was trying to look at you while you were explaining.
And it's fine. Also, YouTube, for Brandon's YouTube audience, you may notice these portals are here. This is the Aiden portal that we used last stream.
They definitely know about this. We had a little bit of fun in the Pharaoh stuff before in the
Right, yeah, I remember now.
I checked the footage.
I just wanted to be sure. I couldn't remember what was done before then or not. And then in that case, I knew about the grid power then.
Legitimately speaking, the only thing that I think we missed footage-wise was me murdering tons of desert people and you finishing off the second Pharaoh.
Yeah. Where did my hammer go? Oh yeah, I left it downstairs. Okay.
What the hell?
Might be there.
You blast up. You've definitely changed the way the smelter works.
Oh yeah, I lowered it down and raised it up because I wanted as much as possible. We're definitely not gonna read it. Either way, I had 5 modifiers available on my hammer because I used it so much and it's a level accustomed. So now, what happens is it's unbreakable.
Cool.
Because if you had 5 modifiers available on your hammer, you could basically just keep adding. What I did was actually I have it bookmarked because yeah, you can add these reinforcement modifiers, which what they do is they basically add unbreaking in certain levels. So unbreaking 1 makes it 20% unbreakable, and then each one adds 20%. So I added 5 of these, and so now it's basically unbreakable. It takes no durability whatsoever.
Unbreakable.
I plan to do this to all our gear eventually, but we need enough modifiers to do that. Luckily, I did notice in questing and in scouring resources, do I have it bookmarked on the left-hand side, the pack adds a way to craft creative modifiers, which, for those that know modding, there's a mod that goes with Tinker's Construct called pool leveling, where it basically allows the stuff to level up as you use it, but that eventually has its max points. You can only get a certain amount of modifiers unless you have these creative modifiers or ways to add or ways to boost modifiers, like if it has writable or whatnot. So these creative modifiers need ruthenium, arcane gold, and obsidian skulls, which the obsidian skulls is basically just obsidian and bone, so it's not really that hard. The arcane gold, that one's a bit trickier and a bit further out of reach for the time being. But the ruthenium is definitely long out of reach because the only way to get ruthenium is with either the fusion multi-block, which basically combines 2 elements and to create a new one using the little number you see there of 44.
I have no idea what you're seeing.
Which separates one element into 2 others. So
I don't know what you're saying.
Also, the smelter's taller.
Very.
Basically, eventually we can add as many modifiers as we want to it, but that's still a good bit away of time, so not really to worry about now. I think it definitely needs to causing my stomach because I just want to a bit of snot.
Into the void I go.
Either way, I also upgraded this chest right here to an iron chest because we need more storage.
I went through a portal.
I also automated the ability to pull stuff out of the casting basins and tables.
Makes sense, but I just realized I have to fix my waypoints in the nether.
Oh, that's fun. Either way, it's basically everything that was done and need to be explained. So,
hooray for explanations.
For sure. I did also make a dev null for each of the colored slates because I was mining a lot and such. So Yeah, I'll put this nano back in here. Also, for Brandon's YouTube audience, the refined storage system, because we have a constant power source, is now currently up and running at a constant point. That's like over 1 million, or I think we have like 6 million in backup power.
I have no idea what math is at this point.
Hang on, I'm double checking on each of these cells though. Yeah, it's 2 million each, so 6 million power in backup just in those, at least. And then there's also it's a mixture of 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.4 million power in excess currently, give
7
or take.
million.
7.4 million about in excess.
That's about how long it'll take for me to find a legendary I like.
Nice. Yeah. Also, for those that are noticing me, for my stream side audience and random stream side audience, not YouTube audience, they won't notice this missing. Something was removed because.
I mean, I kind of bail. I mean, I'm in the Nether right now, so I kind of went in here to.
That's fine.
I went here because I was curious.
Either way, what we could do is. How hard is this to make? We need panes, repeaters, stick covered redstone, and stick covered plates. So it's a lot of stick covered redstone and obsidian mostly.
Obsidian?
Yeah. Fun thing about that is, technically speaking, if we wanted an infinite amount, we could just keep breaking the nether side portal and then just have someone go through and then we get a new portal. But we'd always need someone on this side before we break the portal.
Ah, the infinite obsidian glitch.
Yeah, we technically could do that for infinite obsidian, though I need to figure out how much we actually need before we do that. So, in order to get a deep learner, it's basically that. We need 4 covered plates, so that's 3 obsidian posts, that's 12 obsidian, I think? So we should only need to do it once, technically.
Yeah, because once will give us 14.
Yeah. And then we also have the repeaters of redstone, which we should have a bunch of, I think. I think we do. I don't remember how much I mined up during streams to get XP and whatnot. Let's see. Is 452 redstone enough?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Hello.